Yeah, it was too much
But
action in John Wick 4 too.
I
I,
like John Wick 4. It was
I,
a lot though.
but it was just too much action for me. See, this is the I had a teacher to use this for example. She was like, "It's two types of people in life." I mean, it was a silly analogy, but I got it. She was like, "It's people who get a sandwich and bite right into it, and there's people who eat around the crust, and then when they bite into the middle, it tastes that much more better." You know what I mean? And it's I like let's use for example House of Dragons. It was some bullshit going on in there, but it was like they were kind of edging you with the bullshit. Like you thought something was gonna happen, something did happen, but not exactly like how you thought. And then you get up to the spoiler alert, you get into the scene where um I forget his name, one of the little princes is antagonizing his family member. They riding the dragons and they were, and fucking around in the sky, and he's running away from them and shit. And then the dragons go rogue, and one blows fire on the other one, right? And then the little dragon, because it's smaller, it's faster, it gets away. It's dark clouds, right? And the dark clouds was supposed to like simulate the moment. And then he goes into the sunny sky. And then all of a sudden, this big ass fucking dragon mouth comes and chops his ass. I like shit like that. I like for people. What's his name? R. George.
George
I
R. R.
look.
Martin.
I'll never forget what he said when he wrote I killed the whole cast the first few seasons because I didn't want you to get comfortable with me.
Yeah.
That's the same thing I like about him, and I like about Quentin Tarantino has that real good. Quentin Tarantino took me out of that mind frame when it comes to movies where if I turn on a movie and Brad Pitt is hanging off the cliff, it's not exciting for me. It's Brad Pitt. I know he's not gonna die. You didn't put Brad Pitt in the movie for him to die. Quentin Tarantino will. You blow
Yeah.
his fucking head off like he was nobody. You
Right
know
in the
what I'm
beginning too.
saying? So, and I like that kind of shit. I don't want to be comfortable, and that's what got us in it. Well, I feel like that's what got a lot of people in Game of Thrones because when he killed those people, you like, well, what do I do now? Who do I like? Where do I go from here? And
Yeah,
you
when
watch every week to see if your favorite character
when
died.
he beheaded Ned Stark, that shit rocked me. I didn't see that coming at all. I'm like, oh, Game of Thrones, what's this all about? Because I was watching it as it first came out. I was like, I heard it was good. I was watching it. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. And they gave him the chop. I was like, they just built him up to be the hero. What the fuck is happening?
What do I do from here? Like that's how I
Right.
feel.
And then it actually just got progressively worse. It was like, oh, okay, so all the people you think are like the villains and the bad guys, they're winning, and all the people that seem like they're the good guys, they die, and then they switch it where, oh, also the bad guys die and the good guys sometimes live too. It's like, well, shit. It's good stuff. That's good writing. It's good writing.
I stayed in with Game of Thrones for two reasons. Other than me wanting to see Joffrey die and Ramsay, I wanted to see if they was, and I'm still watching this show because of this. I want to see them show. I want to see the Mad King. I want to see the Mad King. I seen concept art of him. Um, from the people who made the show themselves. He looked like a warrior. I like dragons, and lead me to the second reason. I like dragons. You know what I mean? So,
I
other
like a
than
compelling story. That's what pissed me off so much about the last few seasons. Because like there were so many moving parts and so many avenues they could have went down that I wanted to see how it all played out.
Mhm.
And then they just cobbled together some bullshit. I was like, man, fuck Game of Thrones.
I
How
had
dare you?
I had a good theory, man. I had to go to the hospital because this was around the time my baby was about to be born, and I'm in the front talking to the fucking nurses and the staff about my theory of is it Tyrion, the dwarf?
Tyrion. Mm-hmm.
Tyrion. I had a theory that he was the three part of the three-headed dragon. And they was like, "Well, how do you figure that?" And I'm like, if you think about it, the three-headed dragon, the prophecy, it's supposed to be 3 heads. Jon Snow, Daenerys, who was the third. He touched it. He touched the dragon. The dragon didn't bite his head off. He leaned in and let him touch him. His father always said, "You were no son of mine." Remember? And it was said that she fell in love with one of the Targaryens.
There was a
So,
lot of backbiting. It could have been.
I
Like
mean, I
she
just
could have
felt like
easily stepped out. Yeah.
they should have went through. They should have followed that up. And even, I think it was the end of one of those seasons. Remember, he was standing at the door when Jon and Daenerys was about to make love. I think they showed like the pendant or something. They was talking about the 3-headed dragon. They showed those 3. So I thought that he was gonna be part of the 3-headed dragon. They never did
There were
reveal.
so many threads they never finished. Like the what was it, faceless ones with the what was the little girl Stark? I forgot her name.
Oh yeah, one of many or something like that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the nameless ones,
Many
faceless
face,
ones. Another one.
many face God. Yeah, I'm the one.
Yeah, like I wanted all the information about them. They just dropped that. There was like weird symbolism on the wall in the north, like with the weird pictograms made of like bones and blood and shit. I wanted to know more about that. The first people, I wanted to know more about that.
That's
Oh,
interesting that you said that. You could do a whole show about those many face people.
there was so much they could have did, and then they just was like, let's just cobble all of it together, make a war that made no sense.
No sense.
Everybody's like the way they filmed the war, most of the main characters should have died. They had what was the bigger guy who had the dagger?
Yeah.
I'm like, he couldn't fight. Why is he surrounded by things and not being devoured? Like, what's happening here? Like, and then that wasn't just him, it was like most of the cast. I'm like, all of them should be dead right now. What's happening? It was so bad. So bad.
Then the what were they called? Night Walkers, they got fucking they had woolly mammoths, they had the giant wildlings. They had a lot going for them. They had a
Yeah.
fucking dragon. I said I got to do the commentary on that dragon still. Me and one of my homies was laughing our ass off when we was looking at that shit. Let me see.
When he down the wall.
Oh shit! Hold on. Game of Thrones. Let's see.
Dead dragon.
Night King. Night King kills dragon.
Oh, he took him out. Yeah, that was
That shit was so
epic.
when we did. It was sad at first, but when we started doing the commentary in the house when we watched it over because we wanted to watch it over, it was funny at the time. Cause I was like, when the Night King seen that motherfucker, he
He
was
just
looking like
calmly went and got it too. Like,
he was looking
here
like
you go,
that
buddy.
motherfucker raw as hell. Get my staff, get my spear. Like here, that shit was just wild as hell, bro.
All right, Cobra, do the commentary for the Night King.
Shit, I had to take it to the beginning. So I would take it
He
to the
shall be mine.
Oh, who is that? Hold on, who is that? Daenerys ran the dragon? Man, this was a sad ass part too, bro. Her
That was
bed.
one of like you never would have thought that could happen.
Yeah.
Like they're dragons, they're the kings of the world. Except they're not.
Yeah.
Except they're not.
Yeah. I mean, you know how it go if it bleeds. If it
Indeed.
bleeds, you can kill it. They was look at them. They was torching their ass.
Yeah.
They was torching shit. I love them dragons. This is what kept me engaged with Game of Thrones, watching this shit. You know what I'm saying? Look at Sabis. He's smiling, just looking at him like a proud father, man. Dragons are fucking dope. Who don't want a dragon? Look at that. Imagine if that dragon was like your son or pet or something. He just come in doing all that. You'd be
And
smiling like baby is like excellent.
watching the show, you got to see it happen too. You got to see them grow up. Because they
Yeah,
hatched. They
that was
hatched in the
cool.
early seasons.
I
Yeah.
like how they made you understand how much they was worth. Cause I was wondering that at the beginning. Dude traded a whole fucking kingdom to have one.
Yeah.
That's how important they were.
And all it cost the Night King was a javelin. All it cost him was a javelin.
Into that bag like that bitch raw as hell. Let me go get this spear fight. And then he do like a Heisman move, if I remember correctly, like measuring how he could hit that motherfucker. Like that shit
Walk
crazy.
through the fire like the dragon fire.
His homies probably told him like that bitch got a dragon. He like, she got a go get my spear. We got a dragon.
Right.
Watch this. Look at him. He stepped out to do this himself. Look at him measuring. Look at it. He snapped. Bitch, give me this motherfucker. Boom. And he hit it good too. Look at it. They crying, the other dragons.
I just
That
like the
hurt her
look.
heart. She said she was the
Right.
mother of them.
It's just gushing blood. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Like there's
right.
one, and then there were two.
And then there were two. That thing
Like,
is dead.
give me another spear.
I would have too. Like, I'm surprised he wasn't like, how many of them we got? Let's get them other
Get
two.
another spear.
Let's get them other two up out them.
Well, you know what? I guess he wouldn't need to because his dragon was raw as hell. That dragon was so you saw how okay, I don't know if you guys remember,
Pull up the video where
they was blowing fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you saw how they was blowing fire, look at the way they blow fire, the way you remember it. And look at this dragon's fire. It's blue, but his fire seemed more powerful to me. You know what I'm saying?
Blue flame's supposed to be hotter than the regular flames anyway.
Yeah.
That's why they did the blue flames, I think. So I think that was the symbolism to show that fire was stronger than the regular fire.
His shit was strong, bro. Look, and he's dead, so he don't have to gasp for air like the other dragons do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably don't get tired.
I was about to say he could just keep blowing. Pause. Look at him. They put holes in his wings and everything.
Yeah, I think that
he's flying with the power of necromancy now. He doesn't need the wind.
Yeah, look at that. He was when I never forget when I first seen this. He was tearing that damn wall up when he stayed in the middle and just kept flapping. He was snapping out. Look at that. He going crazy. And he assisted on riding it himself.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would.
Like,
I'd have looked at the other guys like, you think I killed that for you?
Right.
Look at it. It's just going.
It's like I'm the real king of the North.
He is just going. He just tearing that. How old they say that wall was? 20,000 years old or some crazy shit? This the part I'm talking about. That I'll never forget that part. He just going, flapping his wings, tearing that shit up. That's wild. I almost feel like he playing this. Y'all think he playing this?
Like he knew he would get a dragon?
He knew that he needed one of those dragons to bring down that wall.
I think if the dragon didn't come, they would have just went over the wall. But I think that was just an excellent source of power that she
now that we here, give me that motherfucker.
Right.
I love this part. This is the part that stick out in my head when I first seen it. I'm like, he just standing there and he just steady hitting it with fire in one spot.
Down the spot. He's like, I'm bringing down the whole.
You could see the light of the fire coming through the other side. That's dope.
Yeah. He's going crazy, bro. He went crazy. And you see all of this and you just think like, we better hold on to our seats because it ain't going to get nothing but better. And we were wrong.
Yep. Exactly. Pull up where the ships killed the dragon.
Yeah, that was stupid. Yeah, that was just a letdown.
Now we went from these two saying.
Oh shit.
All right, quick question. You can't take none of the powers and none of the characters from either world. Which world would you choose, or which army would you choose to fight? The Night King's army or the Attack on Titan army?
Whoa, wait a minute. You can't do what can't you not do?
You can't take none of their powers, and you can't bring like any of the characters from either show. So it's which army would you rather have to fight? The Night King and his army, or the army from like Attack on Titan?
That's hard right there.
I got a important distinction to make. Are we talking in the army from Attack on Titan before Eren opened the walls or after? Those are very different. Those are very different.
Well, you're talking about well, let's see. I guess after Eren.
I'm about to say.
Oh hell no! Then the Night King. Hell no! They walked on the world and killed everything. No thanks. No, I'm good, man.
Oh, no.
At least the Night King, I could probably run.
I was about to say at least they were getting sleep with the Night.
Yeah, I'm like, I can run from Night King. You getting stepped on and burned to death in Attack on Titan. There's no escape from that.
I think it's rough. I still think it's like asking what would you rather fight, the Resident Evil zombies or the Last of Us?
No, Last of Us for sure.
Resident. The zombies, or are we talking about the other things? If we just shooting zombies, I'm shooting.
When I say zombies from any one of those worlds, I'm talking everything that come with them. I'm talking Resident Evil. I'm talking hunters.
Alligators.
I'm talking.
Birds.
I'm talking yawn. I'm talking the shark. I'm talking about the tyrants.
Yeah.
This is about Mr. X. I'm talking about Last of Us. I'm talking clickers.
When it's all that, then yeah, I'm choosing the clickers. So I'm choosing
Last of Us. The reason I choose Last of Us is because
you want to fight the Last of Us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Overall,
you can use sound to distract them.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just have like carry some cans, and if they start coming toward you, show them and hope for the best. In Resident Evil, you just get eaten.
Sabius played Resident Evil Nemesis, and I jumped every time he came through the wall. And I was like 15 then. Imagine how I'll be if he actually came through my wall.
That's why I don't want no part. I don't want no smoke. I don't want nothing to do with Resident Evil.
As fuck. You just standing outside and you see a fucking helicopter flying, and then a capsule fucking gets unleashed from it, and it's like, oh, where's that going? You know what was another scary point for me, Resident Evil 2? It might not have been scary for y'all, but Mr. X, when he fucking lifted that helicopter up, oh, that was scary, bro. That was scary.
If you think about Resident Evil, the reason Resident Evil to me is so terrible is because it seems like any type of life could get infected. So you're talking, except maybe insects, because they never showed insects. But you're talking mice. Oh, then you're definitely getting infected and getting killed. Mosquitoes? That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
I think they
Bees?
had some kind of bugs. They had plants. Plants get infected. Come on.
Well, it wasn't all plants.
But they had plants. You can't go in the woods and even say, I'm cool here.
I'm safe. No.
Yeah.
No, I ain't no safe. But I'm saying, like, Resident Evil, at the very best case scenario, you got mice, you got dogs, you got cats, you got rabbits, you got squirrels.
Elephant.
Well, I'm just saying, even the things around you every day, you getting got. You getting got. You getting got. Kids don't get away from it. At least in The Last of Us.
Especially if you play like Resident Evil Outbreak, yeah, they had all of those. They affected like a zoo, so all the zoo animals became undead. And was infected with the tyrant. So they had tyrant, they had tigers. So you said the elephant. They had a zombie elephant. Leeches were infected. They had a person that could basically turn into leeches.
They had a salamander I think what is that, 7? It's a big ass salamander. You're in the boat. Which one was that when you were in the boat and they had the big ass salamander? Wait,
Oh, that's Resident Evil 4.
is it?
Actually, yeah, I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was a
Oh, it was a
salamander or what,
salamander.
but it was Resident Evil 4. Yeah.
It was a salamander. That was a salamander. Yeah. See, look.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a salamander. That's an amphibian. Those things are like they get like topped out at 6 inches.
Well, I will say you can escape from Last of Us zombies. You cannot escape from Resident Evil. They'll be everywhere. You get on a boat, you're still fucked. Like
That was
there
my thing.
is no
He's in the
getting away.
boat now.
Case in point, the
Who gets
video
on the
behind
boat
it.
and think like, well, let's be careful. It could possibly be a big ass salamander in the water.
The only problem with that is he saw it attack right before. I'm playing the remake in VR, so I just passed that stage in VR, and I was like, but even in the original Resident Evil 4, I
You
was like,
said he
he
saw what?
saw it before. He
He
saw it
knew there
before
was
he got in
something
the
in the
boat.
water.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
saw the salamander before before he even got in the boat.
There was nowhere to go though. He didn't have a choice.
I mean, what you gonna do? Just stay there? Like, yeah. Eventually, I'm gonna have to confront this Godzilla ass fucking water creature. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
not where you want
Resident,
to be, boys. That's not where you want to be.
fuck Resident Evil.
Y'all
And
need
then
to you need to play this
we
in
didn't even cover
VR.
an important part. We named a
What?
lot of shit. Guess who we didn't name?
Hmm.
Humans. You got
Well,
West.
see, well, yeah, but that's different. Because I was gonna say with The Last of Us, the bigger threat. I mean, the clickers were dangerous and everything, but they survived most of the population intact if they weren't infected. Like the biggest threat in The Last of Us was actually other humans.
The Fireflies.
Well, just humans in general, because they're the ones like cause all the trouble. Like, what's the main guy in the first one? Joel. Like, he became like a hunter and drifter and killed other humans. It wasn't, and then found, which you know, he found his sense of purpose after he met the girl Ellie, and became more like a father figure. But like, if it wasn't for her, like he was probably the bigger threat to other humans. I mean, just other humans in general.
Is that true? We gotta wait till 2025 for The Last of Us and House of Dragons to come out.
Probably.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm not too thrilled about the Last of Us new season.
why?
I already know we already know what's going to happen from the
Oh
game,
yeah.
but well,
Yeah. Hey, this is it, right?
House of Dragons, House of Dragons. Yeah,
I'm
I'm
dragging
looking for the
are
House of
always
Dragons.
hell. The House of
Yeah.
Dragons are bigger than these little things here, but these are still big, beautiful creatures.
They were still growing.
I was just about to say, and to be fair, they were still growing. It's not like when he came to save her. He was big as hell when he came to save her. From that like Coliseum fight. Oof.
Oh, they didn't show it though.
No, that's when they killed the second one.
Right, but they didn't show like the whole lead up to it. It was like
There really
rickety
wasn't much of
boats.
a lead.
It was rickety boats. And then it was like crossbows on the boats that they had never used before because they had never fought dragons.
Woof.
And then they like two shot at that dragon from that far away. I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I was so mad.
No, they didn't show the boats until after they killed them.
I thought they showed them leading up to it.
Um,
They showed them
they showed them getting on the boats in another scene, and then in this scene she was riding. They did it right. She was riding, and all of a sudden he got hit twice.
Like I said, they didn't really lead up to that. It was just
Yeah.
it was more shock value
He remembered the part when they were getting on the boat.
because
And they fucked him up. And then nobody even got him. He just at the bottom of the sea.
well, the Night King was dead at that point, so who else was gonna get him?
They played with that girl a lot, man.
I was like, they got a crossbow on a boat. They ain't never used. It's manually aimed. The fuck out of here. I was so mad.
That was almost as disappointing to me as the Golden Army, who they hyped up like the whole season, like the
Oh,
Golden Army was supposed to be like this
no. I
this
was so
refresh
mad.
threat.
I thought this army was gonna be raw as fuck.
It's
I was
like
pissed off when I saw the Golden Army, bro.
I
Oh,
was
bro.
like, that's
I don't even remember the Golden Army.
What you say?
because they didn't last very
I don't
long.
remember it.
Bro, they hyped it up all through the fucking show. They were supposed to have elephants and all this shit. I knew it was gonna be some bullshit when he said he ain't had elephants. I'm like, here we go. You ain't got the elephants. This is about to be bullshit. Y'all promised that.
So they was at the door and they died.
That was weak.
Yeah.
Weak. I forgot. Thanks a lot for reminding me of that bullshit. I forgot how disappointed. I was like, that's the Golden Army? And see,
So
them
disappointing
people,
that season.
if I came up to them, if I came up to the people who produced this shit and I said, hey, you should have me and the guys from Metaphor band in the USA, you should let us counsel y'all. And they were like, what experience do you guys have? And then I'll say, what fucking experience do you fucking have? I could have made it better than that bullshit, and then they're not gonna like me. That was bullshit, bro. They could have made that Golden Army rawer than that, bro. That Golden Army was nothing. The Wildlings was better than that Golden Army. This is an army funded by the bank carriers. This is the bank's personal army. This is where all of their gold and riches mustered up to have. Was that look? Let's go to this shit.
You don't even really have to show it. I guess it wasn't long. It was only like what 10 seconds.
Yeah.
If that.
The Golden Company.
Yeah. Yeah, they were out the date. They were out the gate.
Yeah, they weren't on shit. That shit
And
was so.
then
We are getting copyrighted. We watched a whole bunch of shit.
Man, that was another story arc that I thought was shit.
What?
Jamie Lannister, like how he had his whole redemption arc and everything, and they was like, nope, he defected. He went right back to who he was before and died like a simp. I was like,
Yeah. What did you guys think about the Mountain Death and how?
honestly, I mean, that was probably the better of the fights, but
Damn.
to me, like the whole season was left such a sour taste in my mouth that even the Hound and the Mountain wasn't. It didn't pick it up enough for me.
This is a Jamie Lannister knockoff. Look at this. What, is he supposed to be handsome or some shit? Like, why is he looking like that? He's not a fucking warrior.
He's like, I'm a general. I
Yeah,
am
they got
the
him on
Golden
a
Army.
horse. Like, the fuck? This is
I'm
Speed
on
Stick
a horse.
commercial? Like, what the Old Spice commercial? He don't even got
What
no
you gonna
scars
do?
on his face. He don't look dangerous.
He's like, what y'all gonna do? Y'all come here at our front step. You think you and your army is gonna do anything to us?
When is
What's that
his spinoff
sound?
show supposed to hit?
Where's the dragon?
Jon
What's that
Snow got his
sound?
own show.
Why y'all looking so calm? I hear something. It's behind us. Oh my God.
And that's the end of the
And
Golden.
that's the end.
They hyped
yeah, no
them
wonder I
up.
forgot that.
They hyped them up through the whole show, and this will happen.
Yep. Because remember that whole prelude to them with the Night King, they was like, yeah, with Cersei lying and betraying them, like they're gonna be ready once the Night King finish off whoever's left, but whoever's left wouldn't go be an army left to go fight the Golden Army. Didn't even need the army, just needed one dragon. One dragon's all. He should have just played dead. I'd have just stayed there.
They ain't trampled you in them forests.
I'd have been trampled, but I wouldn't have got killed like that.
Yeah, you know they're gonna help him out a little bit. That's
Man,
the
did you think he was gonna escape?
that was fucked up.
I thought we was supposed to be talking about games anyway. That game.
There was games.